Breweries do whatever they can when they can or bottle their beers to try to catch your eye, to try to get you to buy their beer. Sometimes they put crazy label art on it. Sometimes they use an odd-shaped bottle or can. This is one of those times. This little can caught my eye, and I ended up buying it. What's up, everybody? It's Ginger Yeti, and I'm checking in from the road. And as you can see, this is a little tiny, like, mini Red Bull-sized can. It's a really tiny can. I don't even see the... It's 8.5 fluid ounces. That's such an odd size. So this beer here is the Old Engine Oil Engineer's Reserve. It's from, I'll probably butcher this even though it's English, Harviestoun, I think that's what it says, Harviestoun Brewery out of Clackmannanshire, Scotland. That's why I'm wearing this shirt right here, Don's Beer Review. He's from Dunbar, does awesome beer reviews. Hope you're doing well, Don. Hope you make it back to YouTube soon. I miss seeing your reviews. Maybe by the time this video's out, he'll be back doing reviews again. But go check out Don's channel. Awesome dude. Does amazing beer reviews. He's just a stellar individual. But let's get back to this beer. Like I said, it's the Old Engine Oil, and it's kind of got this like rat mechanic looking dude on it. This little tiny can. And the can's kind of labeled like a beat up oil can or something. And it says Engineer's Reserve, Blackest Ale, Viscous, Malt, Chocolaty, Roasty, 9% ABV, 8.5 fluid ounces. There's a blurb on the back, and it's going to be really hard for me to read it. I'll try to struggle through it the best I can. The intensely flavored but incredibly smooth Engineer's Reserve is our fabulous Old Engine Oil brewed up to 9% ABV. 3 hop varieties. Grassy Fuggles, Spicy East Kent Goldings, and Fruity Galena, I think that's what that says, Fruity Galena, are combined with roast barley, providing a slightly burnt, toasted coffee character. Enjoy a can after dinner and take time to savor the earthy, hop fruity flavors of this spectacularly dark, rich beer. Product of Scotland, brewed and canned by Harviestoun Brewery. This says Hillsforts Village, but Untapped says Clackmannanshire, so who knows? Untapped is usually wrong. I'll trust what the can says. And that's everything on the can here. There is a little blurb on Untapped I'd like to read, if I can turn my flashlight off here, because it's kind of interesting why they made this. We brewed this after feedback from the USA suggested the ABV of our original Old Engine Oil, which was 6%, was too low for their tastes. So we created this intensely flavored but incredibly smooth 9% brew especially for them. Not available in the UK. Heavily scented chocolate aroma with loads of roast malt and dark fruit, an incredibly thick, creamy mouthfeel, loads of chocolate flavors, some coffee, and a sweet, fruity note to boot. There's some alcohol in there. It's 9% ABV after all, but instead of being a separate element, it elegantly ties all the complex flavors together. This is Old Engine Oil turned up to 11 in every way. Again, hops is Galena, East Kent Golding, Fuggles, malts, roast barley, and oats. That's pretty cool that the brewery took feedback from people and then brewed a beer to try to make them happy. You don't see that a whole lot, or at least you don't see breweries admitting that a whole lot. And especially a brewery overseas from the U.S., taking feedback from the U.S. consumers and making something to try to make them happy. That's pretty cool to see. I appreciate that. So let's go on into this beer. I paid $4.35 for this tiny little can. At least it's 9% alcohol, and it's an import. On Untapped, it gets a 3.96, and there's over 10,000 check-ins on that. On Beer Advocate, it received a 94 outstanding with 365 check-ins. So I'm excited to get into this beer. Get it in this glass here. Nice little shaklook. I'm sure it's going to pour out, yeah, like dirty used motor oil. And that's the entire can in my glass here. So I guess my glass is probably a 9 or 10 ounce snifter. Get a nose on it. The nose is like cocoa powder chocolate, but it's very subtle. And that's just midnight black. Looks like used motor oil. You can't see through it. No light penetrating that at all. See my reflection in the glass. That's just 40 plus on the SRM. Got about a pinky finger's worth of burnt caramel tan head. and I'm excited to try this. This one's for you, Don. Once again, I hope you're doing well. Hope by the time this video comes out, you're back to doing beer reviews. Hopefully I can meet up with you soon, or at least chat with you online again. Cheers, my friend. That's very smooth. Medium to full body. Surprisingly smooth. 90% alcohol. Don't notice that at all. There's no burn. There's no booziness. There's no warmth. No evaporative booziness. Nothing like that. Untapped did say that it has 40 IBUs. I would believe that. It's got some lingering bitterness on the back end. It's definitely chocolatey. A little bit of coffee. And some lingering, almost IPA kind of bitterness on the back end. This is delicious. I'm really surprised at how smooth, almost creamy this beer is. And I've taken multiple mouthfuls of it now. There's still no like warming going down the throat or anywhere. No burn in the mouth. No evaporative booziness. And alcohol's really, really well hidden. I'm also surprised about how much of a lingering bitterness there is on the back end. Again, it's like drinking an IPA almost on the finish on the back end. That lingering bitterness is crazy to me because of it being a high ABV stout. It's not off-putting. It's not bad. It's just surprising. Overall, this is an excellent beer. Even though it's this small 8.5 ounce can, $4.35 for a super well done imported stout like this. I think it's well worth the money. I'd give the Old Engine Oil Engineer's Reserve 2 horns up. This is a stellar beer. I wish I had a bigger can or even a bomber bottle of it to sit and sip through the course of the rest of the evening. Because this is just a really well done stout. Good job on this one, Harviestoun Brewery, if I pronounce that correctly. So, since this is I don't know if it's just a USA exclusive or it just isn't available in the UK, but it looks like from the Untapped check-ins, there's over 10,000 people have checked into it, so a lot of people have had it out there. It must be available pretty readily around the country. If you've had this Old Engine Oil Engineer's Reserve, let me know down below in the comments what you think of it. If you haven't, let me know down below as well. They also make an Old Engine Oil, obviously. I think I've had that before, but I don't remember trying it. Maybe I'll have to see if I can find a can of that. But if you can get this, I highly recommend it as far as like if you like just a really well done chocolatey stout with a little bit of bitterness in the back end. This is delicious. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. And as always, embrace the adventure.